the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hey there you guys, welcome to Brandon Campbell's YouTube channel. Pick up your comic book anime reviews. To give you guys a special review for Superman Unchained by Scott Snyder with art by Jim Lee. This was a book that I was kind of interested in checking out. I read a lot of New 52 Superman. Not everything from New 52, but I did read a lot of it. I remember the Doom stuff that was going on at the same time that this was coming out. So I didn't really know what this was exactly, other than the fact that it had New 52 Superman on it. I didn't even know it was written by Scott Snyder at the time, who was writing Batman. I mean, I wasn't getting into writers as much back then. But I do remember seeing this around and hearing a few things about it, but I never really got into it. Now I am a fan of Scott Snyder, especially Dark Knight's Metal and Justice League and all that's going on. And so now I thought I should probably check out what his Superman take was during New 52. And I'm also kind of curious because when it's happening, New 52 Superman did not get a lot of love, and now people did not like it. And so I was curious, like, will everyone really say they enjoyed this? Even though it still is New 52 Superman, like you can look at his costume, it's still the same Superman. What made this difference? And I'll tell you right now, what made it different was the fact that despite it being taking place in New 52, it really makes it makes no reference to the events of New 52 Superman. Like, it makes no. In fact, I'd even argue this feels more like the New 52 storyline. It's just weird because you don't know when this takes place. You don't know what takes place, how early it takes place in Superman's history, or if it takes place really back in the time, or in the future, or what the timeline is. It just this is kind of just a story that kind of happens at some point in New 52 Superman's storyline. And with it also being a Scott Snyder storyline, like, he does find some way of adding Batman to it somehow. Like, Scott Snyder, man, you just love Batman. You love Batman to, like, the nth degree. Like, it is so obvious how much. Like this story did not even need to have Batman in it, and he still found a way to put Batman into this storyline. Yes, Batman has no, add to this storyline. He just kind of exists, and there's no reason for him to be there. He kind of just is. And, I should hate that more, but I'm weirdly enough okay with it. I was okay with his addition in this series. Not only does this also reference a lot of the New 52, it kind of goes back on it with, near the end, we get to see this moment between Superman and Lois. Even though we know they're not together, they don't, make out or anything, but we do see, them having moments together throughout this book. Showing that they actually, have some care for each other, even though they're just the friends in this universe. And it's actually really cool. And I really do like Jim Lee's art. There's no surprise. Jim Lee's a great artist, you guys. He's a phenomenal artist, and this is no different. His art in here is is spectacular, and I really do dig it a lot. So in this book we get this new villain who kind of appeared in Superman's life called Wraith, and he's kind of this Superman fan. He's not really an antagonist. He kind of feels a lot more like I guess the Challenger from Avenge No Surrender. Although the Challenger is more interesting than Wraith is. Wraith isn't nearly as interesting as Challenger, but he's still an interesting villain. Someone to face off, and he's a guy who wants to kind of be friends with Superman. He doesn't want to fight Superman, but he kind of also has to. He was being created by General Lane. General Lane has his hatred for Superman, and he wants to destroy him. That's kind of what he makes Wraith for. He kind of makes Wraith to be kind of this anti-Superman type of character, despite the fact that he is a big fan of Superman at the same time. It's kind of just weird. And I love the action scenes between Wraith and Superman when they go at each other. It is really quite good. Them fighting against each other, them battling it out. It it's a really great action sequence. And that's what this book I love. A lot of it is these big, giant color pages of these giant, like, I feel like every few pages, like, it's another splash page. Every single time. Splash page, splash page, splash page. And it goes through a lot of this book, or these giant mountains of splash pages, with all this dialogue. Going throughout some of the stuff you care about, some of the stuff you don't care about. It's all there. It's all very interesting. And I do like it. I enjoy this story for what it was. Despite kind of like the fact that it is a lot of these giant splash pages that don't always need to be these giant blow up splash. Like, you don't always need to have a splash page for every single moment in this book to know it's important. I didn't really need this. I was really excited, but I did not need a giant splash page just dedicated to Lex Luthor. It's a gorgeous splash page, don't get me wrong, but I don't always need it. It's not always necessary throughout the book, but it does play into what comics do really well. And these like page turn, these like big epic reveals is kind of what comics kind of are all about. And it does have that. It doesn't always do it well. It's not always necessary, but it does do that quite a bit. And for that reason, this is kind of a story that I ended up enjoying a lot more than I thought I was going to. It's definitely one of a pretty strong Superman story by Scott Snyder. That does have a New 52, but it's not really a New 52 super storyline at all. It's the same exact story could have been told in the pre-52. It didn't even need to be a New 52 storyline at all whatsoever. So that's about Superman Unchained, you guys. Little comments about Superman Unchained. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.